Rob Outcast once again for the SB Entertainment video channel. This episode today is actually a special edition episode for you DIYers like me because basically our furnace wasn't working last night, and I'm checking the car right now. It's 52 degrees and it's pretty cold when you're trying to get some sleep. So today what we're gonna be doing will be this right here. This bad boy is what I think failed, which is the thermocoupler. I guess we'll see soon enough when we go to Lowe's and look for this part. I checked my app. It looks like the part is in stock. Keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully that is the only thing that we'll need to fix. So we finally found a couple of candidates here. We got the Honeywell, which took forever for me to find, and we got this one. This is the first one I found, but I don't know, just looking at the actual thermocouple piece right here, it seems to be missing a bunch of stuff there that we have over here. See that? I don't know. This almost looks like a spark plug, and you have this screw here. So the utility tech doesn't seem to have all of that. Just has that grommet looking thing. So I don't know if that's a good candidate. The Honeywell, on the other hand, I think it's almost twice the price of the utility tech, but it's still not bad. It's like 10 bucks. You got all these other grommets to kind of build up the size of this, you know, thermocouple. And then you also have that screw there, which closely resembles to what we have going on here. So since this is the closest that looks like our existing thermocouple, I will go with the Honeywell. Alright, so here we are back from Lowe's. Just to backtrack, issue I was running into was I turned on the furnace, and where I can hear the pump pushing the water around, but it wasn't generating any heat. So I went and checked down here. Pilot light wasn't on. So this is a piece of this is actually the pilot right here. So flame comes out of there. This actually connects to that piece, and which is basically the line for the gas. So this hole right here, this piece, right, this guy right here, let me see if I could yeah, so that empty spot right there where this is pointed to, that's where your thermocouple goes. So hold on a second. All right, so I wanted to put that piece away first, because that, according to the other YouTube videos I've seen, is one of the more important parts of the set, because this guy right here, I don't even know how old this thing is, to tell the truth. But if you happen to jack up any of these parts here, and these guys are what, decades old, you might not be able to find a part for it. So I want to make sure I minimize anything that gets roughed up there. So that empty spot that I pointed out before, that's where this guy goes, and this is the thermocouple. Basically the pilot flame hits this, and while this is sensing that the flame is still going, then it keeps that feed for the gas line open. It opens up the valve, and once it stops sensing that heat, it thinks that the pilot light is out, and to prevent any explosions in your house, it shuts down that valve. So this guy right here, as you can see, or at least try to see, I'm having a hard time focusing on this guy, but you know, it looks like it has seen better days. So what I did is I took out the mount, which was screwed right here. But prior to that, obviously turned off the gas, make sure there was no gas, turned off the power for the furnace, and then I detached the gas line from there and detached the thermocouple connection there. And then I loosened up the 2 screws that was there, which is right here now, and I was able to just turn and move the thermocouple attached to the pilot out. Alright, so we cracked it open, read the manual, and I tried to follow the same form that the original had, and this seems to be slightly shorter than the one I just took out of there, but based on the instructions, looks like I'm gonna be placing this guy here. Even though there's a bit of a gap, I'm tempted to put this through, but I don't know if I really am supposed to do that, because this thing is tight. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this adapter. Well, there you go. Make sure we don't put any kinks on this line, because that'll be a big problem. Alright, so that sleeve looking thing up top, that's where we're gonna put up top, because if we put it this way, it goes all the way in. If I do it this way, it doesn't. You see that? There's a gap. So let's put it that way. Push it through. Ever so gingerly, because all these other videos got me all paranoid now, making sure that there's no kinks in any of these lines. Maybe the gas line for the pilot, or the thermocouple. So that's what it looks like. There's some play to it. I guess it'll get better once I tighten down this nut. So according to the manual, hand tight and then quarter turn with a wrench after. So that's what it looks like. Flame blows into here. This picks up the heat. Once it feels the heat, sends a signal here, tells the valve to open up, keeps it open to continue the pilot from working. Alright, so here we are. We hand tightened it. This is number 11. Just a quick nudge. About a quarter turn, just enough to keep it from moving. Should be tight enough. So it's kind of short. Hopefully my concerns will be unfounded. Let's move this cover out of here. Let's try to snake this thing through. Okay, I just tried to hand tighten that barely. I don't want it super tight, I just want it just enough. Alright, so here we are to the fun part. This part right here, like I said, is for the gas line. So that goes back in there. And this is what we replaced. This is the existing screw for that. Just hand tighten it. 1/4 cause any damage here. Same rule of thumb, basically, just hand tight plus a quarter more. This guy right here, let's put him in. Make sure there's no kinks. Okay. I think this was slightly different. Where's the 11? Okay. 11 over here. Hand tight plus. They said a quarter. I'm gonna do an eighth. An eighth of a turn. I'm not trying to crank this down and break something. Okay, just enough. Alright, this guy I think is the 10. So hand tighten. Okay. All in all, that's about hand tighten plus about a quarter, if not less. All right, so moment of truth. We have our stuff over there. We're about to light it up. So, scary moment. Let's go turn on the gas. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gas lights on. Everything's connected. From off, we turn to pilot. And then, let's see if it lights up. Press the pilot. Boom. Let it go. It's staying on. Holy smokes. Moment of truth. Let's turn it from pilot to on. And then let's turn on the furnace. Pow! Holy smokes. You guys don't understand how glad I am about that. Holy moly. Alright, maybe I should turn it off for now. Pilot's still up. Beautiful, beautiful. Holy smokes. Oh, you guys don't even understand. Let's put this cover back on. If I even remember how to put it back on. Oh, no, it's right here. So, goes in. Flap down. Man, it's shaking, y'all. I'm so souped. I can't believe I freaking fixed this thing. This is a MacGyver moment. Turn it back on. Let me hear you fire up. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Whew. Oh my God. I am so happy, folks. You don't even understand. Can you imagine how much I saved? Just by switching to Geico? Nah. By watching YouTube, learning this stuff, and fixing it on my own. Oh my God. Put this little cover on. Look at that. Flames on the bottom. All set. You hear the water coming out of here. I'm not a great DIY guy, but I'm just so thankful for YouTube. I can't emphasize enough for all the information that I learned from there. And look, this is literally the first time I did this and did it on one shot. Google, YouTube, thanks so much. For all you content creators out there, shout outs to you. I just feel like I got 7 tons lifted from my shoulders having this working right now. Wow. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm just so ecstatic. I can't believe I fixed it. But yeah, shout out to all you content creators out there, man. Now back on to our regular programming. Thanks for watching.